Good morning to all of you, dear aspirants. Let us start our class today, though it was fixed at. Yes, Anandiji, good morning. Good morning. And after a, I think, long struggle, I got success. And the electricity is there with me. Now, let us start our class today. And today is Friday. And on Friday, we take up science and technology. So now only 30 counted days are left with you. So I will discuss some most important questions related to our prelims examination. And the very first question is, it is DNA fingerprinting. It relates to DNA fingerprinting. So CTFS, consider the following statement. Now, statement one, DNA fingerprinting is a molecular genetic method that helps establish a unique foolproof identity. This is a statement one. Let us move to statement 2, and there we find the purpose of the DNA technology, use and application, regulation bill. So you should know about this bill. This is 2019, and this bill is very important with respect to your prelims examination. Let me read once again. DNA technology, use and application, regulation bill 2019. So it is so recent. So is to expand the application of DNA based forensic technologies to support and strengthen the justice delivery system of the country. So which of the statement given above is are correct? And we have options in this MCQ. A, one only; B, two only; C, both one and two; and D, neither one nor two. So here onwards, you should concentrate on whatever you are reading. So at this stage, it should be and revision only. So let us concentrate and try to find out the answer of this question. So are you able to answer? The first thing I would like to ask you that whether you are able to answer this question, and then after I will answer. So if you are not able to answer, here is the answer. The answer is C, both 1 and 2. Both the statements are correct. Both the statements are correct. Now, something about DNA fingerprinting. Let us try to understand. It's a molecular genetic method that enables the identification of individuals using hair, blood, or other biological fluids or samples. This is able to be accomplished due to unique pattern that is known as polymorphism in their DNA. It is also known as genetic fingerprinting. So it is known as genetic fingerprinting, DNA typing, and DNA profiling. Unlike the microchip based ID used, DNA fingerprinting provides a unique identity and is more foolproof. The method is a forensic technique that makes it possible to identify individuals, people, or animals based on unique DNA characteristic called microsatellites, DNA protein, okay, DNA portions that occur repeatedly, much like fingerprints. Although 99.9% of human DNA sequences are the same in every person, enough of the DNA is different that is possible to distinguish one individual from other. So this is the explanation, and this way we have reached to the conclusion that this in this MCQ the answer is C, both the statements are correct. So let us move to the next question. CTFS, consider the following statements. Carotenoids carotenoids. Carotenoids are a class of phytonutrients. Phytonutrients found in the cells of wide variety of plants, algae, and bacteria. So this is question number 2 of the day. So now the second statement, carotenoids, carotenoids, carotenoids are carcinogenic, carcinogenic, carcinogenic in the human body. So which of the statement given above is are correct? Options: A, one only, B, two only, C, both one and two, and D, neither one nor two. So you are required to examine both the statements, and then after you have to reach to the right answer. So what is the right answer in this MCQ? So please concentrate once again, and here is the answer. The answer is A, that is statement 1 is correct. Carotenoids are a class of phytonutrients found in the cells of a wide variety of plants, algae, and bacteria. But the second statement is not correct. Now, let us try to understand the importance of this topic. So, carotenoids act as antioxidants in the human body. Antioxidants. Try to understand, and if it is possible, please note it down. So it act as antioxidants in the human body. They have a strong cancer fighting properties. Cancer fighting properties. So carotenoids, carotenoids. That's why I am bringing before you. Okay, carotenoids are plant pigments. Okay, please try to understand. Plant pigments responsible for bright red, yellow, and orange hues in many fruits and vegetables. These pigments play an important role in plant health. People who eat foods containing carotenoids get protective health benefits as well. Carotenoids are a class of phytonutrients, plant chemicals, and are found in the cells of a wide variety of plants, algae, and bacteria. They help plants absorb light energy for use in photosynthesis. They also have an important antioxidant function of deactivating free radicals. So this way, I believe that you have understood this question. So now let us move to the question number 3 of the day. Now in this question, this is also CTFS type of question. What is CTFS? Consider the following statement. So consider the following statement, and we have two statements in this MCQ. Statement 1, Darwin explained life's evolution from simple to more complex forms using natural selection. Natural selection. Second option, second statement, Mendel gave rules for inheritance of traits from one generation to the next. Now, in this MCQ, you have to find out the correct statement. Which of the statements given above each are correct? So, A, one only, B, two only, C, both one and two, and D, neither one nor two. So, what is your answer? Are you able to answer it? If you are able to answer this question, is very, very simple. If you are not able to answer, then here is the answer with explanation. I am going to read the answer, and the answer is C. Both the statements are correct. Yes, the answer is C. Both the yes, Anandji, both the statements are correct. Darwin explained life's evolution. Yes, of course. And Mendel gave rules for inheritance. So both the statements are correct. Who was Charles Darwin? Charles Darwin came up with the idea of evolution of a species by natural selection in the 19th century could not work out the mechanism. Darwin's theory of evolution tells us how life evolved from simple to more complex forms. Complex forms. Mendel experiment gave us the mechanism for inheritance of survival of the fittest. Yes, Anandji, great, wonderful. So inheritance of traits, and for inheritance of such traits in human beings are related to the fact that both the father and mother contribute practically equal amounts of genetic material to the child. Now let us move to the next important question of the day. And here we find that there are statements, four statements, and all these statements are very, very important. And you have to find out the correct statement out of the four statements A, B, C, D. So here are the statements. One, stamen is the male reproductive part. Stamen, S-T-A-M-E-N. Stamen is the male reproductive part. Pistil is the female reproductive part. We are talking about plant. Now, the third statement, unisexual plant contain neither stamen nor pistil. You have to examine this statement whether this is correct or not. So select the correct answer using the code given below. A, 2 only, B, 1 and 3, C, 1 and 2, and D, 1, 2, 3. So let us see what is your answer. Are you able to answer it? If you are not able to answer this question, then I am able to answer it. I am able to answer this question. So in this question, the answer is 1 and 2. The third statement is not correct. The third statement is not correct. Stamen is the male reproductive and the pistil is the female reproductive part. Now, stamen and pistil are the reproductive parts of flower which contain the germ cells. So in this way, C is the answer. The flower may be unisexual, papaya, watermelon, when it contains either stamen or pistil, or bisexual when it contains both stamens and pistil. Stamen is the male reproductive part and it produces pollen grains that are yellowish in color. Pistil is present in the center of flower and is the female reproductive part. It is made of three parts. So this is the explanation of this question and you should know this question. Now let us move to the next important question. Consider the following statement regarding transportation in plants. So you have to find out what is the a system of transportation in plants. And here in this MCQ we have only two statements. Statement 1, the transpiration process allows the transportation of water through the xylem tissue. Xylem tissue. So you have to find out whether this statement is correct or not. The second statement, the translocation process allows the transportation of food through the phloem tissue. Phloem tissue. So which of the statements given above is are correct? A, 1 only, B, 2 only, C, both 1 and 2, and D, neither 1 nor 2. So Anandji's answer has come and you are correct. But second statement is also correct. The answer is C. Both the statements are correct. Both the statements are correct. Just you see, in xylem, what happens? Tissue vessels and tracheids of roots, stems and leaves are interconnected to form a continuous system of water conducting channels reaching all parts of the plant. At the roots, cell in contact with soil actively take up ions. This creates a difference in concentration of these ions between the root and the soil. Water therefore moves into the root from the soil to eliminate this difference. So this is very, very important. I have explained it before you. Now this question relates to pair matching. So in prelims examination, you may find such type of pair matching questions, and not only in geography, not only with map related questions, economics, but here in science and technology too. So this is that type of question. So cerebrum and the statement receives all sensory impulses. So you have to examine whether this is properly matched or not. Properly matched or not. So the second, medulla controls voluntary actions. So you have to examine, you have to think upon whether this is correctly matched or not. Then cerebellum, all these three are parts of brain. So cerebellum controls involuntary actions. So which of the pairs given below is are correctly matched? Option A, 1 only, B, 1 and 2 only, and C, 1 3 only, and D, 1 2 3. So what is the answer in this MCQ? So you have to find out the answer, and you see that all these statements relate to brain, the different parts of brain and their functions, so you are required to know the right answer. What is the right answer? So let us see the explanation. Yes, and here in this question the answer is, yes, yes, the answer is A, that is cerebrum receives all sensory impulses. So once again, uh, the brain has three major parts or regions, namely forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. So hindbrain. Now the forebrain is by far the largest brain division. It includes the cerebrum, which accounts for about two-thirds of brain's mass and covers most other brain structures. The forebrain is the main thinking part of the brain. It has regions which receive sensory impulses from various receptors. So sensory impulses. So this is correctly matched. Now separate areas of the forebrain are specialized for hearing, smell, sight, and so on. Okay, so this way, this is the explanation, right explanation. Now let us concentrate on another pair matching type of question. Pituitary gland stimulates growth in all organs. So you have to examine whether this statement is correct or not. Then thyroid gland regulates metabolism for body growth. The third, ovaries regulate menstrual cycle. You have to find out whether this is correct or not. So which of the pair given above is correctly matched? A, 1 only, B, 1 2 only, C, 2 3 only, and D, 1 2 3 only. So all these three are correctly matched. Anandji, the right answer is D, 1 2 3. So pituitary gland stimulates growth in all organs. Okay, pituitary gland The function of pituitary gland is to stimulate growth in all organs. Now, thyroid gland regulates metabolism for body growth, and ovaries regulate menstrual cycle. So, this way, the right answer is D, that is 1, 2, 3. So, you should prepare yourself for the prelims examination is in such a way. Now here is one of the most important question with respect to your examination. CTFS type of question. Consider the following statement regarding dry sorbent injection, DSI. What is this dry sorbent injection? So in this question, we find that we have only two statements. It is a cost-effective pollution control system. What is DSI? Dry sorbent injection. If you have not heard it, please mention in your notebook with your pen. Okay, DSI, I am talking about dry sorbent injection. And what is the statement? It is a cost-effective pollution control system. The second statement is it is also helpful in reduction of heavy metals like mercury. So, which of the statements given above is are correct? A, 1 only, B, 2 only, C, both 1 and 2, and D, neither 1 nor 2. So, here in this MCQ, the right answer is C. That is, both the statements are correct. How do I say that both the statements are correct? Okay. The National Thermal Power Corporation power plant in Dadri is the first in India to opt for dry sorbent injection. So if you don't know, please concentrate, and if it is possible, note it down. NTPC power plant where? In Dadri. So this was very much in the news. That's why I am bringing this in your notice. Okay. NTPC's power plant in Dadri, DADRI, is the first in India to opt for dry sorbent injection, DSI system for controlling sulfur dioxide, SO2. You may find a question related to SO2. So you should know that what was going to be emitted. So this was being emitted. Okay, sulfur dioxide, SO2 emissions. What is DSI? Something about DSI. Dry sorbent injection system is a pollution control system for the reduction of SO2 and SO3. SO2 and SO3. HCI, hydrogen chloride, HCl, hydrogen chloride, and heavy metals like mercury. It is a dry process in which a sorbent is injected into the coal-fired boiler, where it interacts with various pollutants like SO and HCl. The resultant dry waste is removed via either an electrostatic precipitator, ESP, or a fabric filter baghouse. Fabric filter baghouse. So this is all about the DSI, that is dry sorbent injection. Now something about stem cell. Okay, CTFS type of question, and the following pairs regarding potency of stem cells. So here we have three pair matching. Totipotent, that is ability to differentiate into all possible cell types. Now the second one, oligopotent, ability to differentiate into a few cells. Then the third, unipotent, and it is ability to only produce cells of their own time. So which of the pairs given above is are correctly matched? Very good, Anandji. So A, 1 only, B, 1 2 only, C, 2 3 only, and D, 1 2 3. So in this MCQ, what is your answer? The answer is D. All the statements are correctly matched. Once again, totipotent, it relates to stem cells. ability to differentiate into all possible cell types, then oligopotent, ability to differentiate into a few cells, then unipotent, ability to only produce cells of their own type. Now, let us come to the concluding question of the day. We are going to complete 10 questions, and almost all questions are very, very important with respect to your upcoming prelims examination. So this is my intention, that you should ensure your revision. Okay. Now CTFS type of question. This question is CTFS. Consider the following statement. Statement 1. A gene refers to the unit of DNA that carries the instructions for making a specific protein. Second statement, every person has two copies of each gene, one he inherited from each parent. So which of the statement given above is are correct? A, one only, B, two only, C, both one and two, and D, neither one nor two. So you have to tell what is the answer in this MCQ. So if you don't know, here is the answer. Let me help you. The answer is both the statements are correct. Okay, both the statements are correct. A gene refers to what is gene? Because you may find at least one question from genetics. So a gene refers to the unit of DNA that carries the instruction for making a specific protein. The second statement, every person has two copies of each gene, one inherited from each parent. So this way the answer is C. This way the answer is C. And Human Genome Project has estimated that humans have between 20,000 and 25,000 genes. Every person has two copies of each gene, one inherited from each parent. So this way we are going to complete our 30 minutes time, because I don't want to take more than 30 minutes. So nowadays you have to prepare. Nowadays you have to revise. I believe that you have taken your admit card print. Okay. So have you taken the print of your admit card, Mr. Anand? Are you able to speak? Okay. Have you taken out the print of your admit card? Yes. Very good. Nice. Very good. Nice. So thank you, Anandji. And thank you, the other aspirants, the four aspirants from Top Achiever Devghar, Priyadarshini, Spriha, Arya, and Shauryaji. So if you are not able to listen to me in online class, if you are not able to join me physically online, okay, it doesn't matter, but you should take a notice of my videos, and you should certainly listen to. Yes, because all these questions are very, very important with respect to your upcoming prelims examination. I am hopeful that you all will meet me, join me on Monday, because on Monday we are going to take up the most important questions, only 10 important questions, not only from history, geography, polity, but from all segments. So thank you once again for joining me, and let me say bye bye.